What's
Yo,
good? What's good, man?
what's going on, bro?
All right. Let me, properly introduce you. We were talking about, UK rap, UK drill. You're a huge name in it either way you want to slice it. And that's been the case for the last couple of years. So definitely happy to have you here. Thanks for setting the time aside, my man.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Okay,
What, can
so
I smoke on this?
yeah, sure, man. It's your show. Feel free. Feel free. Okay, so first question. Who did you grow up listening to? Like before you rapped, like who did you listen to?
Um, Obviously, there's a lot of English rappers, but there's a lot of American rappers as well, like 50 Cent.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? There's a lot, but English rappers, I'll say Gigs,
Mm-hmm.
Nat Capone, a couple of people, man.
Right. So how did you get into music? How did you start rapping like yourself?
As a joke, innit? I started rapping as a joke, but then like I kind of took it serious when a couple of people were saying that I was good. You get me?
Right. How old were you when you said you just did it as a joke? How old were you?
Like primary school shit, like 10 years old, when you're just joking about, but then you get a little bit older, or like 13, 14, you're rapping to people, like, you're good, but you're never really doing nothing with it, you get me, until,
Right.
yeah.
All right, so when when you start taking it more seriously when you're like 13 or 14, were you like noticeably better than like everybody around you? Did you know, oh, I'm really good? Was that kind of how it was?
Yeah, now people used to tell me still.
Right.
People used to tell me, and then, like, yo, you're harder than my man, like, you're harder than this guy, you're harder than that guy, but man would never ever do nothing with it. Man wouldn't take it seriously, so I think I started taking it serious when I was like 17, 16.
Mm-hmm.
Get me?
Okay, so tell me about CGM and y'all forming, and that you basically starting as part of the group, and then you starting to make singles after that, like making music by yourself, like kind of how that started you off.
So basically, obviously, we all started off as a group, you get me? And then there was like a call. I beg you, shut up, man. You're just chatting bare, like. There was a fucking, we started off as a group. Then we got a court order. So, like, it was harder to make. It was harder to make songs with each other because we'd have to, like, make the police the police got to agree to it for us to release it and all that shit. So it just started getting harder and harder. You get me?
Right.
And I was like, alright, cool. I'm just gonna do a couple songs by myself, and you get me. A couple guys were still in jail. Anyway, so
Right. I know for you, kind of one of the bigger moments in your early part of your career is when you did the Next Up freestyle for Mixtape Madness. Shout out Mixtape Madness. So I'm assuming that kind of happened fast. So you put the freestyle out and everybody is like aware of you now. Like, what was that like moment like?
I was in jail.
Right.
So I didn't really know what was going on the outside. But then, like, a couple officers will come in and say, yo, I must see a video of, like, people in college listening to your songs and that. And then, so I didn't really get the full effect to see what was going on. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. You kind of, even after that point, Double Tap Diaries comes out. You're still relevant. You're still making noise. But I think for you, especially for me, I think the first time I really kind of heard your music like at length was when Made in the Pirates came out. But that was like, it was big. I mean, it was big for me, but it was big in the UK too. Why do you think it did so well and like pretty much like changed your career so much?
Made in the Pirates.
Yeah.
Obviously it was like a story. There's that kind of a story on there. Like I address a couple things and clear up a couple things, so people look at me different when they hear man's music. You get me? It's not just
right. So I know, kind of Wood was a huge song for you. Really blew up. Really made a whole bunch of noise. You have a ton of streams on it even now. Did you think that would be the song that kind of helped you break through? And like, were you surprised at kind of how big it got?
I knew it was gonna do well. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like before I even released it, I was like, alright, cool. This is kind of a mainstream song. I know it's gonna kind of like have that push. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, that's about it. Like,
Right.
it was gonna have to push though.
And kind of from your perspective, like, what are your like people who like aren't familiar with kind of like your track record and the songs that you have, like, what are your biggest songs, or what are the songs that you think are important people should hear from you?
Songs that are important people should hear from me, like my old songs, I think, but they're not even on YouTube. I think they're on like Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? But then I've got like the commercial songs, such as Boy, Chingy. I've got a couple freestyles like my Daily Duppy and stuff. But like, I should really show my personality in other songs like Toxic.
Mm-hmm.
Song called Toxic. And you get me? So I feel like Toxic, Boy, Chingy, and all my old songs I got taken out of me.
Right. Um, the thing about UK drill, and I've seen you say this in the other interview, like there's a lot of UK drill rappers, but you have always like stuck out from the crowd and always kind of found a way to, you know, be one of the bigger names in it, and that's really never changed. Why do you think it's like you, in particularly? What do you think it is you're doing that like has made you this big for this long at this point?
I don't even know, I don't. I don't even know. I don't. Obviously, the talent. Obviously, the talent has a big part to play with it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't even know, bro. I'll be honest, like, I don't even know. You're basically asking me like how I stayed relevant.
Right.
I
Right.
don't know, bro.
Yeah. No, I get for sure.
Hard work, consistency.
Right. I think the consistency is definitely a big part of it, because I definitely noticed, like, even in between you like putting songs or projects out, like people are always asking for it. I'm sure you noticed that too. Like they always want more and more and more from you, and you still space the projects out and the songs out at the right time. So when they do drop, people go crazy every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um. So for people who aren't in it, kind of what would you describe like the UK rap scene as like now? Like kind of what is it like rising through the ranks and like existing in it?
If I'm being totally honest with you, now the music rap, like the UK music scene, rap scene, it's doing very well. Obviously, it's not as authentic as it was before because like it's always harder for real niggas to blow. You get me, but it's doing well, man. Everyone's making an impact in it. You get me?
Right,
Yeah.
right. You I know you had I'm trying to think. You had bringing it back with AJ Tracy. AJ is also, you know, another huge rapper in the UK. How did you guys end up working together, and kind of how did the song like end up completed and out?
It's from the same area as me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, like it's from the same area as me. Like this area is from the Labrador Grove, so we've got a tenant like this in Labrador Grove. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm from in Labrador Grove, it's Howard Square, so we've got a connection with that from the same area and shit. So he just supported, man. You get me? Gave me a
Mm-hmm.
blast. But yeah, man.
Did you kind of like with your career and kind of how far you've already come? Did you think it could like get this big? Because originally, you know, you were looking at it as you weren't even taking it seriously, and now like you're still really young and you're easily one of the biggest names out there.
Did I think so? Did I think I'll be this big? Did you say?
Right.
Bro, I don't even know. I don't know, man. When I first started rapping, I didn't think I'd be this big because I was a
Mm-hmm.
joke. Like I said, you get me, it was a joke. But
Right.
as I started like seeing people was listening to my music more, I started thinking, yo, man, I can take this to another level. You get me?
Right. Right.
Yeah, man. I kind of did end up seeing myself like getting big still.
I think UK drill kind of has more traction in America now over the last couple of years, and I think part of that is because I mean, you like pretty much our biggest rapper Drake is like this huge UK rap ambassador, and
Wait, what did you just say?
I said UK drill has like a lot more traction in the US now over the last couple of years, and I think part of it is because of Drake and how much he pushes UK rap to the forefront.
No,
Even
but
when
you said, yeah, go on.
right, yeah, right.
Like
Like,
you said something that was kind of wrong, but yeah.
wait, which part?
You said our.
Right, because I claimed him like he's like American, right?
Yeah.
Right,
All right, cool, good.
right. But yeah, like I think he's kind of always pushed UK rap to the forefront and stuff like that. He's co-signed you and co-signed a ton of other artists and stuff like that. How do you feel about your reception in the US in general? Like how people feel about your music and like them showing you love and stuff like that.
I like it still. New York City, they show me the most love. Yeah. I done a video that just come out yesterday. The video was in New York. You get me?
Right.
And obviously they're taxing with they use the same beats as us.
Right.
So I feel like it's just
right.
Yeah, man.
That was exactly what I wanted to bring up too, because I think I don't think people have noticed that, but like BK drill is like really more based on UK drill. Like the styles are very similar. So them kind of gravitating towards you makes a lot of sense to me. And also just like you coming to New York and you getting all this love, like, of course it makes sense to me. You have Moneybagg Yo on G-Lock now. I know G-Lock existed before that. Why was like Bag the right fit on it? And of course the song is doing well too now. So kind of why Moneybagg Yo, and kind of how do you feel about the final product and how well the song's doing now?
Moneybagg came on it like obviously I made a song and then I was stuck. I was like, yo, I want to put American feature on the spot, but who's gonna really like go insane on that? And I was for that Moneybagg, you get me, and then it made it happen.
Right, and I think Bag did really well too. I think he kind of shocked people, hopping on that beat. But when you can rhyme, it don't matter. You could jump, you could do whatever style you want when you're nice at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, obviously, I don't know if it's his first drill song. I think it's his first drill beat that he jumped on, and he went crazy. So obviously, showing people that a lot of people are versatile. You get me?
Right. Because I think it's his first too. But I mean, of course, I'll definitely find out soon. Kind of also talking about American rap, like two of your biggest songs, Pump 101, 2K17, both of them like sample really popular American rap songs. Stunt 101, Make No Sense. Why was it those songs? Did you just really like those songs? And kind of do you think they fit you? Like, why did you choose to sample those songs?
Yeah, no, obviously, let me tell you how what's it called? The Pump 1 came about. I was in John. I heard it on the radio. Stunt 101, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Not the first time I heard it, obviously, but it just reminded me. I was like, yo, man, ain't heard no beats like this in ages.
Right.
I started writing to it. And then I come out of Joe and I recorded it when I went to Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when it's saying.
Right. What about 2K17?
The Kodak. I was listening to Kodak's one all day, every day, you get me? So I was like, fuck that. When I went to the studio, I was like, put on that instrumental, you get me? Or furthermore, sample it into a drill beat.
Right.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about your upcoming tape, Naughty by Nature?
There's more American features on there that you wouldn't expect to hear on drill. You get me? And then separately my story. Anyway, there's more shit you can find out about me in there.
Right. In your opinion, what would you say is the biggest moment of your career?
Yeah, my headline show, me doing a show for the first time, my headliner.
When was that?
When was that? When was that? Last September or October.
How'd the show go? Tell us about the show.
The show was crazy. Because like when someone comes to your show, when you see a crowd of people and they're all here for you, it's different than performing at a festival. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially when you sell it out as well.
Right. What's something most people don't know about you? like they would be surprised that you do or like you're into?
I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know, man. I'll be honest.
So I know you have Naughty by Nature coming out. You just put the freestyle out yesterday. What's coming up next? I know, are you putting out more songs before Naughty by Nature comes up? I'm sure there'll be more videos. Kind of, what's the plan?
Yeah, so I'm releasing like there's 6 figures on my artwork, and through 2 now, so I think I've like 4 more. So I'm gonna release 4 more songs before the actual tape comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Artwork, the official artwork will be out. You get me?
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So kind of what have you seen like your own reception like on the internet? Like, of course, me being a UK drill fan in America, I gotta like look around. So I've been on like UK drill subreddit, and like they're obsessed with you. I'm sure you know. I'm sure you know that they talk about you all the time. So, like, do you with stuff like that? Like, kind of, do you like pay attention to like what fans think and oh, even people who like hate and stuff like that? Do you take something from what they say, or do you just ignore all of it?
Yeah, no, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't, because obviously they're the ones that's buying the music. They're the ones that's listening to the music. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I take into account what they say. Like, but there was a stage where everyone was like, they want old Digga back, because I got put on a band. I couldn't say shit that I wanted to say. You get me? So there's like, oh, we want the old Digga back and shit. But then I was trying to do it, and it was just fucking with my mind. And then you get me? So
Right. No,
I know
and I
you
think
can
that's
get this.
fair too. I think fans will always say stuff like that about like wanting rappers to kind of go back to that old style, but they don't understand that that's not easy to do because you're past that now. You're not the same person no more.
That's
So,
what I'm saying.
right.
Music's
No, for sure. I
changing.
get that.
Like, yeah, everything's changing. Like, they want me to be rapping about, listen, I'm still on the block. I'm not on the block, bro. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I can't be like,
Right.
yeah.
Right. All right. Well, before you wrap this up, is there anything you want to talk about or bring up that I didn't ask you about? It could be anything.
Nah, not at this moment in time. Still, I just want to pick up everyone supporting. You get me?
For sure. For sure.
And who do you think I should work with out here? That's what I mean.
Oh, like American rappers?
Yeah.
Damn. See, I really wanted, like, I was happy with you working with Bag, but I'm trying to think off my head who I think would be like raw if you work with them. Um, Damn, put me on the spot. All right, I think like a Big 30 or like a Rumble. I think
You say
like
Big 30?
right, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Because I think like if like just like I said with Bag, like if you can really rhyme, you can make it work on like UK drill beats and sound like you're at home. And I think 30 can do it for sure. So that would be my pick just on top of my head for sure.
Yeah, no, I reckon that would be insane. Still.
Right. See? All right. So I made the right pick. I'm happy with that. No, but for sure, man. Thank you. I appreciate the time, dog.
All right, cool. Done. No, big up yourself.
All right, bro.
Okay.